Go ahead.
Hi guys, my name is Carlisle, and I'm camping. This is my second time because I went camping with my dad. So now I'm going camping with my mom.
Yay! We just got here. This is our campsite. We're going to set the tent up there. We've got our picnic table here. Who are you?
Talia.
Talia.
And this is Rebecca.
Hey, welcome to my channel, Bride of Christ. For this summer, the Lord, in His wisdom and grace, has worked everything out for me to have a season of rest. I've been through the ringer pretty much my whole life, and the last 5 years have really been a season of breaking me down in order to build me back up in Him. But this last year has been particularly demanding. See, because of COVID, I was homeschooling my children and helping another single mom with her 4 who all have disabilities. I had them with me anywhere from 30 to 40 hours a week. I was working, doing non-emergency medical transportation in the mornings, then taking care of 3 and sometimes 4 of the children from the other family, as well as doing some bookkeeping on the side. I was pretty busy and constantly going. At one point, there were several weeks that I was literally working from the time I woke up until the time I went to bed. It was crazy. It was definitely a season of testing, of stretching and growing my spiritual muscles of faith and grace. And toward the end, I found myself telling the Lord that I just needed a break, a time out. I needed my life to pause for just a minute. But I didn't know how that was even possible. But boy, did He deliver. And in typical fashion, meaning it looked like everything was falling apart from a human perspective, He worked it all out so that I would be job-free for the summer and not have to worry about the bills. He told me this was my season of rest, my time out from life, in order to rest and be renewed. So that's what I'm doing. And while I do that, I'm recording myself and the girls to follow through on what the Lord spoke to me about doing several years ago, which at the time, it just never seemed right for me to record my family, my life. I mean, it was a hot mess. Now, my life is still messy, but it is time. And for the first time in my adult life, I'm responsibility free. My oldest son, 17, is able to take care of himself. My daughter, Adelaide, is 16. She's hardly ever home. She's able to take care of herself. Zephaniah, he's 12, lives with his dad. And all 3 of them are off pursuing all that the world has to offer. And so I just pray God's protection over them until they realize that the world can never come through on its end of the bargain. It promises great things, but it's only able to deliver death and destruction. My 2 youngest girls, Talia, 8, and Twyla, 6, are with their dads every other week and with me every other week. Adelaide, Zephaniah, and Talia belong to George, and Twyla belongs to Bryce. Now, on the weeks that I have the girls, they'll be camping and adventuring with me and the Lord. And then on the weeks that I have no girls, I will be adventuring by myself with the Lord. This is week 1, first night camping at Pinewoods with the girls. Come along with me on this adventure, but please do be aware. I have no idea what I'm doing. So please bear with me as I learn and grow through this process. My heartfelt prayer is that you get something, anything from the Lord out of what I'm sharing with you. I pray that you be encouraged, inspired, built up, and educated in the ways of the Lord as I'm learning and sharing with you this process of dying to oneself and living unto Christ, which is righteousness. I mean, what does it really mean and look like to die to oneself and live for Him? It's a really good question, and hopefully we'll learn together along the way. For this section, my audio recording was not very good. So I'm just going to do the voiceover and talk about what was going on with me because it's actually kind of quite funny. So I got it all stretched out and now I'm putting the stakes in, or trying to anyways. And you see how rocky it is? Yeah, I'm realizing that I did not bring a hammer and I don't know how I'm going to get the stakes into the ground. So now I'm walking around looking for something heavy, hopefully perhaps a rock that will be heavy enough for me to use as a hammer. And here, see Talia, she spots a rock that must be bigger than the other rocks, but yeah, no, that's not quite big enough. Now, I just walked off because I happened to notice a pile of rocks, praise the Lord, right? There's just a random pile of rocks sitting over there. Look at that nice big rock. I grabbed that, and that is my hammer for the weekend. Yes, look at that. Now here comes Twyla. She's going to tell you what I'm doing.
My mom is using a rock as a hammer. And here's our copper bag. My name is called Coco, but my real name is called Twyla. But you just like it called Coco. Because that's our cat. Yeah, but Coco's gone. Here's all black and white.
Yes, unfortunately, Coco was our cat that I recently had to send away because her kitty litter box was not being taken care of properly. And my house was starting to smell like a kitty litter box, so she had to go. Talia here is trying to just be silly. Twyla is back there helping me. She is wanting to use the rock hammer and hammer in some of those stakes. And I'm a little bit hesitant and kind of a little bit nervous about letting her do it because, of course, she wants me to hold the stake for her while she hammers away. And quite frankly, I'm a little bit afraid of having my fingers pinched and, getting smashed with that hammer. But, yeah, see, I let her do that one. Yeah, she got it a little bit ways. You see, I had to finish it in because we hit a rough spot. And then over there, I'm letting her do that one. That one I was able to push in a little bit harder. Oh, yeah, no. No fingers were smashed in the process. Praise the Lord. Now here, I am obviously taking out the poles, right? I'm getting ready to extend them all out so I can lay them all, put them all in their place. See? It's the first one getting extended, fully extended and put in place. All right, grabbing some more. Now notice right there, see how I put that pile of pole, or that bunch of poles on the table, and then turned around and proceeded to completely forget that it even existed. And was really confused. Now, the pole that I'm holding is the smallest pole that there is, and it belongs in the middle of the tent to hold up the tent covering. And I'm trying to put it into the screened in portion of the tent. And it doesn't belong there. It doesn't fit there. But I'm convinced that it does. And see, what I'm looking for are the pockets that that pole is supposed to fit in. Now, isn't it interesting that I was able to put together that that pole needs to go into pockets? But I couldn't fathom that it belonged in the middle of the tent and wasn't a part of the screened-in tent. So I decide, well, I'm just going to, I don't know what to do. There's more to do. I'll just keep moving on. And I proceed to work on shoving the pole through the opening, which was kind of difficult to do it all by myself. And the girls here now are messing with the camera because they want to record inside of the van. But I hear them and come to put a stop to it, mostly because I'm just concerned that they're going to be messing with the camera and drop the camera and break the camera on me. So I tell them they need to come help me. Just listen and follow and obey, right? Okay. Now it's time to get all of the poles connected down to the bottom and get it to stand up, which we were finding it rather difficult to do because the girls had never done this before and had no idea how to really help. So it took a hot minute, but yeah, we figured it out. Yeah. And so now I'm back to trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this short pole, forgetting that there was another pole. And I kept going through the directions over and over and over, and finally came to the conclusion that there has to be another pole. And as soon as I realized that, I remembered that the other pole was on the table. And as soon as I remembered that, the tent went up like nobody's business. All right. We finally have our tent all set up. And the girls are playing and thoroughly enjoying themselves. We've got 2 air mattresses up in here.
And we're playing crazy.
And they're being all wild and crazy.
Yeah, because it's the wildness.
The wildness. So this is our little camp setup. Maybe I might move I don't know if I'm going to move that or not. Yep. I am happy. We got a little trail over there to follow. Alright, girls. Should we go for a little hike?
Yeah.
You need to get socks and shoes on. We need to put bug spray on ourselves. And then we'll head out.